Hey, Robert, how
Cheers.
are you?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I mean, we are loving your song on the Juice. I mean, last week we put it up as one of our songs of the week. Self, absolutely loving it.
Oh, thank you
So
very much.
so let's get to it. I mean, I was looking at your TikTok, which is I think you've 1.8 million followers or something like that. And obviously, you're talking a lot about the new track. And you said you're basically if you're struggling with anxiety or depression, then this song is for you. So I was wondering, writing it then, were you hoping that this song maybe would help people who are going through something like that, or what's the inspo?
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what the kind of aim was. I mean, just from kind of what I didn't know what would happen with Fake Fine and the amount of people that it helped, and the amount of messages I got. I was kind of hoping the same for this song. Another song that kind of
Yeah.
make people feel like they're not alone and that like they can get through a certain situation. Even though like the song it's a happy sad song. That's the way I put it. So
It is, isn't
it
it? Because you're
has like
singing along
happy
and you're kind of
melody.
going,
Yeah.
and then you realize, oh, the lyrics actually, yeah, this is actually a bit serious.
Yeah. That's exactly it. So, yeah, like that was the plan, is to kind of, just basically let people know that if they're going through something, that there's other people that feel, you know, exactly the same, that they're not alone.
Yeah. And you mentioned Fake Fine there. I mean, that's been huge internationally for you. Was it a game changer, like put you on the map? But like, did that change your life basically?
Yeah, I mean, it was the song to kind of kick off everything. It got me, got me a lot of interest with labels. It got me the record deal. Um, went platinum in Ireland. And it really opened so many doors for me. So, I mean, it was the song, it was mad. It just takes, like, I've been at it a long time, but it does really take that one song to just kind of push you over the
Yeah.
line and get you in front of all the people you want to be in front of.
So how do you find out that you got a record deal or you got offered a record deal after all this time? So I assume you've put in the work, the years. Do you know what I mean? Do you just get the random phone call going, oh, we're kind of liking Fake Fine, or we can see the traction, or how does it work?
Well, like for me, my manager just rang me one day and said that a label was interested in, originally was interested in leasing, like doing a leasing kind of deal with Fake Fine, which I was like blown away by. I thought that was great. So it was just for the one song, and then we went into the meeting, and then came out of the meeting going like they want to offer us an actual,
Yeah.
record deal, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
Um, and then we had 20 meetings with other people, other labels, other publishers, and
Right.
eventually, got picked the right pick the deal that we thought would be best for us, and yeah, that was it. It was crazy. It was a mental time because everything happened while I was just in my sitting room. I didn't leave the house, so
Because of lockdown.
it doesn't, yeah, it didn't seem real. You know what I mean? I was waiting to kind of for things to either fall apart or to wake up. That kind of
Yeah.
thing. So
That
yeah, it
must be
was crazy.
strange. Because like even like we've had a lot of lockdowns where you can't even really see friends or family outside your home and things like. So have you gone through a lot of celebrations, kind of popping the cork at home in your sitting room
Yeah, I
with your
mean, to be
direct
honest,
family?
yeah, I didn't even properly sell, like, in terms of that. Like, I still haven't had a good celebration of all the stuff that's kind of happened. I mean, eventually I will, but
Yeah.
it's kind of been stuff has always got. Obviously, the lockdown doesn't help. I know
Yeah.
we're basically out of it now, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm busy working as well, so it's kind of like, it's trying to find the time where, and I have two kids, so
All
it's trying to find the
right.
time where I won't be, dying from a hangover and trying to look after two little babies at the same time. So,
Yeah.
um,
There'll be a
no,
lot
but
of
it's still
friends.
it's great.
There'll be a lot of friends sitting by the phone now that you said you're going to have a big party at some stage, waiting for that invite. Now you've
Oh
set yourself
yeah,
up.
that's it. Yeah.
The new track self, of course, you've teamed up with Emma Steinbeck, and how did that come about? Is that something that a label? Because there's so many duets happening now from people all over the world, we're all in lockdown, whatever. Does that happen through the label, or had you noticed her maybe and wanted to work with her, or what? How did it come about?
Yeah, I mean, my management originally kind of suggested Emma to me, like, because we basically always thought that Self would be a really cool duet, like, so they mentioned her to me, and I looked her up, and I thought her voice was incredible, and obviously she's doing really well for herself as well. So I was like, yeah, let's definitely try see what, like, so we got in contact with her team and her, and sent her the track and was like, here, would you be interested in something like this? And she said yes. And then after a few zooms and like Instagram DMs, uh we basically got the track back, and it sounded great. So I mean, it was a no-brainer then that we should do it.
Yeah,
And I mean,
absolutely.
it really, her voice just really lifts the track to another level, I think.
It's brilliant, and that you got to do a music video for this. You went from your sitting room, I assume, to the bus and what and all that
Yeah.
type of thing. Was that fun? Did you enjoy? I assume you haven't done too many videos so far. So how
Yeah,
did that
I
go?
know it was great. I really enjoyed it. We drove like 100 kilometers on a bus to film to film this on a double decker bus
Probably, yeah,
to
probably the
film
same
this.
street up and down.
Yeah, it was literally up. We went up. I don't know how far. Turned around, back down, and then pulled in for a second. Got back on the bus, drove again, straight, drove
Yeah.
back. So I think it was something like 100 kilometers altogether. I was like, and I get motion sickness, so I was like, near the end of it, I was feeling it, and I was also starving because I was like, we had like lunch and stuff, but I was like holding out for like a McDonald's on the way home. So
I love that.
no, it was great. It was great though. I really enjoyed it, and like the people that shot the video and the location where everyone was absolutely lovely, which made it that much easier as
Yeah.
well.
And as I was saying at the top, I mean, you've taken off in an international way. Even last week, Self went straight into the New Music Friday UK playlist and all sorts of places. So, why and your TikTok actually, like 1.8 million followers. They're not all Irish. I think majority are from all over the world,
Very
right?
small. There's like 3% I think is Irish, and the rest is like American, Canada, UK.
So, did you always know you had international appeal then, Robert? Or like, do you know what I mean?
Um,
Did you just why is this connecting so much internationally? Just good music,
I
says you.
don't know, to be honest. It must be. I don't know. I still don't understand it. I mean, I think I got lucky and as well, and I got on TikTok and I kind of broke through on TikTok at the right time. I think
Right.
before there was like a lot of artists breaking through, so. And I think I just found like a bit of a niche, like different things that I can do that people like, and it seems to be mainly Americans that love it. I mean, obviously, I know for a fact that there's like that 3% is still a lot in Ireland. To be fair,
Yeah. Yeah.
and there's loads of people that like even just walking around, there's loads of people which is mad because you wouldn't think it, but there's lots of times I got stopped from people who were like, oh, like, are you Robert Grace from TikTok or something? That's like
But what you do is very
so,
unique. I mean, you're right. You probably were at the right time, but it's brilliant, and not everybody. Well, most people wouldn't be able to do it. You kind of what I love when you're into TikTok was that you're obviously taking sounds. I don't think a lot of people are sending you, I assume, clips they
yeah.
found online or whatever, whether it be a car revving or a frog croaking, screaming. You turn them into like really good songs. Like you kind of go, that sounds like a proper track. It's obviously is this a talent you always had, or is this like just I need to come up with
it,
something for TikTok?
I just tried it one time. I was like, "Well, sure, let's give it a go and see what happens." And I mean, it's easy for me, to be honest. It doesn't take like I don't put a whole lot of effort into it. I don't put a lot of effort into the lyrics. I just kind of I get something that sounds kind of cool, like a few like 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds. It depends, and
Yeah.
then I just throw whatever comes out in my mouth goes onto the track, and that's it. I don't put too much thought into it. And just, I mean, why I like doing those videos is that it doesn't take me a whole lot of time. It's enjoyable, and it's easy enough
Yeah.
for me to do. Obviously sometimes it's not a great song, and other times it's a better song. So, but
Yeah.
that's all part of it. You know what I mean? But
Music,
they can't
yeah.
all be great.
Music obviously comes naturally to you. I mean, as I say, that's easy for you. So where does it come from then? Have you always been musical? Have you always been able to like put songs together with, or where does it come from as a family?
Yeah, I mean, my dad has been playing like traditional Irish music for since I was born. Like he was in a band years ago called Drop the Penny, and then he was in a band called he's still in a band called Celtic Cats, and they just play like traditional Irish music. And I mean, in fairness, my dad sings, my mom sings, my brother sings, my sister sings, and my brother was also in a band. Then he was on like Eurostar. Remember when
Oh,
Eurostar was around?
really? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He was on at the same time that Codaline were on it. Remember they were 21 Demands at the time.
Right.
Uh yeah, yeah.
Jenny.
So I remember like that was fun. But yeah, like seeing him playing and performing as well was a huge
Yeah, of
inspiration, as well as my dad. And
course.
um
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's just always been even like my extended family, it's all music. Is We'd been like, even in Greg na Mana in Kilkenny, where I am, like the Graces are a big family, like and as
Okay.
well as that, like it'd be known for being very, and if you asked anyone around, they'd be like, oh yeah, very, I mean
So,
the most musical family probably around.
so are they all super proud of you then, kind of taking it to
I
the
hope
next
so.
level internationally? Do you know what I mean? If it's a big family, are you getting the WhatsApps all the
Yeah.
time going, loving the new
Oh
track
yeah.
or?
Yeah, I know. Very, like, I mean, super supportive. I mean, it's for such a big family. There's a lot of like togetherness, and you know, usually I find it, like, just even looking at other people, like if they have a big family, there's nearly always some sort of like divide sometimes, or
Yeah.
there's like siblings that are like, oh geez, don't listen to those, you know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So whereas like we're very lucky in our family, like everyone is, there's never been any hassle and everyone gets on and there's just a lot of love and a lot of support. So you know, I'm very, very lucky.
What's great about you, and I think the reason why your songs do so well, they're brilliant songs, but your voice is very, you'd know it's you straight away from the first line of a
Oh,
song.
thank
Your
you.
voice, it is, I don't know what they call it, that a unique voice is, anyway, you can distinguish it from other people, which is, they say, important. So did you work on that, being someone who knows about music and that on your style and how you're going to deliver and what your voice will be?
Um, I I like it's a weird one because like if you heard me the first time, like the first song when I was like 12, I recorded a video of the first song I ever wrote, like just me singing it in the sitting room on the worst camera and the worst quality audio you'd ever hear, and I sounded terrible, like absolutely terrible. And I remember looking back at it thinking like, how did people like go to me, Jesus, like you're really good, you know, such a good song, you know. And it's like it's just a case, yeah, I just worked on just singing in general and like putting a lot of effort into singing every day. Because I mean, like there's very few people that start off as great singers, I think. Like, you know,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
some people obviously have it from the get-go are just amazing, but for me I really had to work at it.
yeah,
um and I think that's just it. And I record my own vocals as well, so I think that also helped. I could always listen back and, you know, kind of perfect how I go about doing things. And I think that's just like that combined helped me get to where I am.
yeah. And you must have the writing part. I mean, you've written tracks for those sorts of big songwriters, for just stuff like Paloma Faith and Sia, Lily Allen, all sorts of people. So do you enjoy writing for other people as much as you do for yourself? Or
Oh
do you
yeah, I
keep the
mean,
good stuff for yourself?
I just try to anyway. I know, like the thing is so funny because if I, you know, the thing is like if there's a song and it's like a big song that I love, but say if someone like whoever, if it was Sia or someone came along and was like, oh here we want to use that, I would give it to him in a heartbeat because it will essentially it will make me a lot more money
Yeah, exactly.
if they take it than if I do it, you know. So
Yeah.
I know, like I don't mind at all. I really, I'm kind of open that way. The
Right.
way I look at it is I can always write another song.
Yeah,
You know, hopefully it'll be as good. But you know, I mean,
yeah.
I've loads of songs, so
Do you
I'm not
have
too
you written a
precious.
lot in lockdown actually? Have you taken
Oh
advantage
yeah.
of the
Oh,
situation?
there's I can't like there's some certain songs I hear sometimes I don't even remember writing them. That's how many are after been done.
Well,
I listen to them and I'm like, when did I do this? Like, I mean, it sounds familiar to me, but I'm like, I don't know when it happened. So yeah, a
come
lot
here.
went on.
Before you go, do you miss like performing, and are you looking forward to going out and playing all your hits now, like to a live audience when we're kind of coming out of it now? Are you looking forward to being able to play gigs now that you have a catalog?